Hello guys, happy day 2 of e-learning. Today I'm going to be taking you through kind of like what we did on the first day, but now it's from word problems, which we've done this a lot. It's just in a different form, because now they're going to be written as functions and not just normal equations. So, what we're going to do here is just look at 3 different situations and kind of go from there with them, okay? So the first situation right here. A cup of frozen yogurt at Yo-Yo costs 49 cents per ounce. Write a function rule to determine the final cost, C of n, of buying n ounces of frozen yogurt. So C of n is the total cost. So this is what your entire situation is going to equal. So your cost is going to equal however much, and this is kind of going to be where your typical equation is going to be written, like what you've been used to writing, because we're talking about n ounces. Now I'll go back to your situation. Each ounce costs 49 cents. So how do we do that? Well, I have 0.49, and then it's not just one time, it's per ounce, n. Okay, so really the key thing is making sure that you know the cost, C of n, is equal to, and then not forgetting your variable is n. So you have to be specific about what variables you're using and all of that. Okay, so now you have your cost and your ounces. Your variables are already defined, so you don't have to worry about that. So come over here. How much would a cup that weighs 8 ounces cost? So what's testing you here is how much. We're looking for C of n. We don't know what C of n is, but we do know that 8 ounces is n. N equals 8. Okay? So you have to be able to figure out, okay, so where am I plugging in 8? I'm plugging in 8 for n. So I'm going to come over here and write C of, now we're talking about 8 ounces. Yikes. C of 8 ounces equals 0.49 times 8. Now remember, C of 8 is not something we're solving for. We simply do PEMDAS over here. Okay, C of 8 is the cost when there are 8 ounces. So don't worry about this part. Just do the math. So 0.49 times 8 gets you 3.92 for that cup. Okay. How many ounces could you buy with $6? So now this is where you're going to decide what we're solving for. How many ounces? We don't know n. So this is going to be it'll tell you right away what you're going to solve for. When you could buy with $6. So $6 right here is actually the entire C of n, because it's the cost. It's how much money do you have. So going back to your original problem, C, or your original equation, your function, I don't know n, okay, but I do know C of n. I have 6 whole dollars there. 0.49 times n. Now solve for n. Alright, so you just have to be able to decide what am I solving for and how do I get there. So I'm solving for n. I could buy 12, and we'll round to the next tenth. 12.2 ounces of froyo. Okay? So we're going to keep trying. We have 2 more that we'll look at for situations. So this next one, to rent a hot air balloon, it costs $200 plus 21 per hour. So that's a key thing right there. Write a function rule to determine the final cost. So again, if it's your final cost, that's what this function is going to equal, of renting a hot air balloon for 8 hours. So now come up here and write a function like you used to. $200 plus 21, and then which one deals with hours? I already underlined it. 21H deals with hours. Okay. Next part, how much would it cost? So I'm going to be solving for my entire cost, is what I'm trying to find out, to rent a hot air balloon for H equals 6. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm plugging in h, or 6 for h right here. So it would look like this before I do anything. 200 plus 21 times 6, and go from there. Remember, this is just saying the cost at 6 hours. I'm not doing any, I'm not solving for C. I'm just doing PEMDAS over here. So 200 plus 21 times 6 is $326, because we're talking about cost. Okay? How many hours now? So H is what I'm solving for. Could you rent a hot air balloon if you had? Now this is my total cost, because I have $400 to work with. So I'm going to go back up to the original so I can see where I'm plugging things in. 200 plus 21H. I'm plugging in 400 for the entire cost. So the C and the H together. And then I'm going to solve for H using regular algebra. So minus 200 on both sides, so it's gone over there. I'm going to come over here. I'm left with 200 equals 21H. Divide by 21, divide by 21. 200 divided by 21 gets me 9.5 hours. Okay? So these questions are really just testing your ability of what am I plugging in for? Which side of the equation is my number being plugged in? Alright? And the last one. Write a function rule to determine the change you would get from a $20 bill when purchasing items that cost $125. So how much change would you receive when you purchase 5 items? Okay, so this one is a weird one. I'm just going to kind of breeze through this, but really focus your attention on the first two. So write a function rule to determine, I'm going to call my change. Change is going to be C of X. Okay, this is going to be my entire change. What I get back. My X is going to be my number of items. So remember, C of X is my total amount that I'm getting. Equals, now we got to think of how do I get change. Okay, so I'm starting with $20. Am I going to add or subtract 125 out? Well, I spend 20. To get change back, you're going to subtract out how many items you have, and each item costs 125. Okay, so this one's a weird one. Again, don't stress out about this one. Really focus on the first two, but now we can use my function rule. How much change do you receive? So I'm solving for C of X, because I don't know it, when I have X is 5. Okay, so basically I'm just plugging in 5 for X and doing PEMDAS. Okay, so 20 minus 1.25 times 5. I would have 1375 left over. Okay, can you purchase 17 items with a $20 bill? So now we're just plugging in X is 17, and we're just going to see if we can do this. Let's see how much 17 items would cost. 17 times 125 would be 2125. So would I be able to cover it with a 20? No. I'd be 125 over. Okay. So again, this one's really just to stretch your knowledge. The first two are really what we're trying to get you to be able to do. Alright, so your homework is another Math Excel. Get that done by, since today's Thursday, get that done by Tuesday at 7:45, or else you will be counted absent. So make sure you are getting this stuff done. And email me if you have any questions. See you guys at Zoom. Come to the live Zoom chat and get any of your questions answered. See you guys.